So let's get into 404. 404 speculation. You've pretty much proven your hypothesis that the coins change after 10 days. To maintain their physical forms, there should be an upper limit to how many can be produced. Here, the costs are shared by distributing them to others, making mass production possible. So this is Karapika following up on Zang Lei's inquiry to know more about his power. The point of the currency is to change hands. We'll need to verify what kind of changes occur in that case. First, there are differences in design between the coins you have and the ones you've given to others. Are there? This should be a quick check. Your Highness, mine has a different design from those. You're right. The front is the same, but the back is totally different. This shows that the effects of the coins can also differ, depending on who's holding them. Can you give one of those coins to your entourage to see what happens? Okay. Karapika, I'll give you this 10 coin. Huh? Will the 10 coin change if I give it away? We can see what happens to the number and the design, letting us kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Alright. He's certainly not making this easy. If I don't take it, he might not trust me. But even if accepting it as is a condition to activate a semi-coercive manipulation ability, the nen stored over 10 or so days isn't powerful enough to give commands like murder. 1 coin a day. They change after 10 days. This is a long-term outlook, an ability that would demonstrate its true utility after he's king. It reflects Zang Lei's personality to plan ahead. It'll be safe enough for now. So Karapika's reached the same conclusion that Zang Lei reached in his initial analysis of what his own power would be like. Well, the back changed. Both the number and design changed. It looks the same as TSERRI's. It seems the time and effects get reset when it changes hands. Here, I'll give this back to you. Let's see if it changes again. Alright. The design changed back to mine, but its value didn't go back to 10. It's still 1. I see. Now I understand. I have a rough idea of your ability. Really? Do tell. So, the coin going back and forth, this is like interest. Or accruing, it's like a bond almost. That's the way I see it from afar. Let's see. I'm not going to try to dive into any more details than that because A, I'd likely be wrong, and 2, Karapika's probably about to. Right now, I don't mind. I guarantee it's not something that would threaten First Prince Benjamin. He's slick. Living as third prince, he's become adept at using implicit signaling. He'll be on our side as long as we understand what he wants and maintain rank. He wants me to refrain from revealing the ways in which this ability could be a threat. Nice. Third Prince Zang Lei's guardian spirit beast is presumed to have a cumulative conjuration ability. Currency is meant to be circulated, but by intentionally making it something to hold on to long term, the coins store nen, perhaps enabling them to exhibit various powers later on. In about 6 months, when the coins are worth quintillion, the owner could have their nodes open, meaning they will be ready to use nen. As you surmise, 10 to the 64th power could be the required amount for a nen ability to manifest in that person. After all, that number is represented in Buddhist terminology as unimaginable. Since nen normally requires rigorous training to learn, this may be an optimal way to bypass that effort and the risks involved. Okay. This isn't a unique implication, but it just adds to the potential scale of people on their way to the new continent, like New Kakin on the fake dark continent, right? There's so many people headed that way that are awakening then. Through the classes, through this, all of the princes, probably other people coming back from the classes teaching other people then as well. I don't remember if that was one of Karapika's conditions for even teaching the classes, but there are so many people becoming active in the playing field of Nen. And then you also have Morena and Contagion. And you have like the Friendship Troop, who is likely to be involved. And you already have the Zodiacs and Karapika and the other Kakin people who have Nen and Beyond, and the Phantom Troop and the Mafias. Like, it's really going down. It's really going down. The world's most dangerous boat, that's a fact. Let's see. In exchange for being as close to risk and cost-free as possible, the beast requires compensation, which is probably pseudo-coercive manipulation, semi-forced loyalty to Zhang Lei, its creator. A cumulative ability is often seen in those who are intellectual and who like to plan ahead. In other words, this ability looks ahead to a time after you assume the throne. I see. Isn't it like me? I should omit the part about the possibility of pseudo-coercive manipulation for now. It would make unnecessary waves, and I want to let the coin do its thing and see its effects. Its effects on the person who's hiding the coin that appeared on the first day. Koventoba, the first prince's personal guard. I remember him being the first person to notice one and picking it up. But, okay. Today is Wednesday, 11 days since the succession battle began. Most abilities that count days as a condition use the moment of emergence as day 1. If the coin started to appear on Sunday, there should be 2 10 coins by now. The one who picked it up hasn't stepped forward even now because he knows what's going on and doesn't want to give information to Zhang Lei. He saw it appear from the guardian spirit beast, picked it up, and it benefits him to keep quiet about it. He's the only one here who can use Nen and isn't affiliated with Zhang Lei. These coins appear every day at 1 p.m. We can easily find out who is by Zhang Lei's side at the time by checking the shift schedule. His presence now gives me an excuse as to why I'm hiding the manipulative nature of the ability, if it comes to light later that I wasn't forthcoming about it. Okay. Yes, this was very helpful, Karapika. Now I can spend my time pondering how to spend my future with my siblings. Well, the number of coins you have may also have an effect. I think you should hold on to a few yourself for now. Alright then, I'll give you the one that appeared today, and I'll hold on to the rest for a while. Thank you. I mean, he's very agreeable, but I think that's and I think that's, he obviously understands the value of knowledge and relinquishing agency relative to people who might know more about something than him. Like, Zhang Lei is pretty good about that. And I think it's a really smart way to be around Karapika. I think this is the perfect prince for Karapika to collaborate with, even if they end up not seeing eye to eye or things go left, just from a means of an operational perspective. This is really, it keeps things smooth for the most part. As for the other topic, I must ask you to wait a while longer. The second workshop should be key. Fine. There can never be too much information, but it's not urgent. I was more worried about you and the 14th Prince Wobel's security detail. Don't think of us as equals. I'm accepting information in exchange for ensuring Wobel's safety. It's likely the others used the first workshop to gather intel and lay their groundwork. You should prepare yourselves. Much appreciated. Being under his protection in exchange for information on Nen pertaining to the succession battle is extremely beneficial, but it comes with great risks. Zhang Lei is one of the princes with a mafia family under their wing. There are over 200 members on board the lower tiers, their combat potential serving as inhibition against the higher princes. The power balance between himself, Tserriednich, what did I say I was going to say? Tserriednich, there we go. Tserriednich and Lucerus, with their connection to this underworld, is important. If it tips too far, the situation could change drastically. If the rope in the tug-of-war between these 3 princes snaps, who will benefit most? Benjamin. He has a powerful weapon in his back pocket called martial law. The intensifying conflict between the factions will be enough reason to enact it. He can place all the princes under house arrest with the pretext of protecting them, and then he'll have free reign. That's how you just move on, by the way. Yo, let me hit you back in like 15. Yeah. Let me wrap up what I'm doing real quick though. I'll holler back at you. Yup. My boy. Anyways, back to it. The problem is how the rope gets cut. The rope that held this balance for so long may seem fragile, but is actually strong. Indeed. Yeah. If this breaks out into an all-out war without any deals, the surest thing to happen is the assassination of the leaders. The real leaders here are the benefactor princes. And once the situation is created where an assassination of a prince can be interpreted as a mafia hit, the all-out war will transition to martial law. So it's entirely possible that Benjamin will go after either Zang, Tserriednich, or Lazarus in order to create this very situation. And considering Benjamin's personality, even if Zang was living with the youngest prince to protect her, he won't hesitate. In fact, her death would emphasize the cruelty of the mafia and place the blame on them. Yeah, that's a tricky situation. Being in room 1014, where each prince's guards monitor and keep the others in check, may be safer than the risk of Benjamin coming after us in room 1003. But we still don't know who sent those snakes. Not to mention the danger of that each of them is plotting something. Which choice involves more risk? The difference is negligible. It's a gut decision. Either way, we're on thin ice. Somebody's rolling down the hallway with something. Patient is unresponsive. Temp 97.7. No tremors or labored breathing. No. It's the boy! Woo! Yeah. Look at him. Look at his face. All serious. He may have hit his head when he fell. Order a Chem 7 blood panel and a CT. Ask 7th Prince Halkenburg's guards on Tier 1 about his condition over the past week. Send the vomitus to gel and forensics. Stat. Hey, Cheadle's getting it done. The Oreo's locked in. Cheadle's getting it done. Oh, this is it right here. Okay, so he fainted and all that. All right. Yeah, we know this. Did it deal with that shot? Or did something happen with the I don't know how to interpret. I think it's just he shot himself into Balsamico. And he's probably, is his body struggling because the way I would put it is I feel like he imposes a burden on his body so long as he's not in it, so his body will feel the effects of whatever he does in the other body or something to that effect. Let me see. But he's like knocked. Target's persona won't wake up until I go to sleep. The addition of a coma to the symptoms will delay the stomach flu diagnosis conveniently. If I get mother to refuse an autopsy, my death will officially be classified as unexplained organ failure. He's faking his death. The fuck happened? Are we good? I don't know what the fuck that was about. That was weird. Anyway. So he's faking his death. It like refreshed itself. All right. Let me make sure it didn't drop the well, fuck it. Fuck the YouTube link. We're already in here. Halkenburg vomited and was taken to the hospital. My mission will be complete in about 12 hours. Once he starts vomiting, it'll take half a day until death. We don't want any interference. Good work. I'll send the royal and military medical teams there. Monitor progress. Yes, sir. Halkenburg is a schemer. I love it. This is the best development in terms of a character's surprise thus far, is like really the level to which Halkenburg started moving around. We proved our hypothesis in our experiment with Shikaku and Sumidori. After he was shot, Sumidori awoke and recited Shikaku's service number. We confirmed the fact that only one of the swapped minds can be awake at a time. Our side generally has priority. While Sumidori is conscious, Shikaku won't awaken. Once Sumidori wakes up, Shikaku is forced to lose consciousness. Trying to awaken Shikaku won't work during this time. This priority is earned by putting our lives on the line. Yeah. I get it. Like, my ability is a forced mind swap. One person is chosen at random from our group and switches minds with the victim shot with the arrow. Next, we need to find out what happens to the mind when the body dies. Oh, we're getting everything. When there are two bodies, only one persona can be awake at a time, and the priority goes to us. Since the definition of death isn't spelled out in the succession battle, it's reasonable to consider that both the body and mind need to be dead. Therefore, once we've split a prince's mind from their body, there's no point in testing a process by which the target's mind could return to the original body. What we needed to test first was, when the target's body dies first, what happens to the person within? What if the target's mind, having lost a body to return to, also loses his current body? As for 2, it's obvious when you consider that this is an ability made possible by the assistance of the guardian spirit beast in order to win the succession battle. As for 1, only those who are willing to sacrifice themselves for the greater good can participate in my ability. Feeling morally conflicted about it is a disservice to their righteous dedication to the cause. My focus must remain on fighting to build the ideal nation to honor their noble sacrifices. The probability of me swapping with Balsamico myself was low, but within expected parameters. We experimented with Vict in advance. Okay, if the body on our side dies first, the victim's mind returns to their own body and coexists with the trespasser's mind. In that case, the victim's mind regains dominance. Therefore, right after my body dies, Balsamico's mind will return to his own body, and my mind will be forced into sleep. But we can do something about this. Right before my body dies, I'll take a sleeping pill in Balsamico's body. The time I'll have until Balsamico's mind reawakens can only be loosely finessed, but I'll be able to control this body for about 10 hours after my own body's death. I have to finish this within that time. I don't think he's really gonna kill his body, right? I think he's just forcing it into like dormancy of some sort. Or I don't exactly know how this works. Maybe he is. No, let me. My death. Yeah, because only one can be awake, right? So. Yeah, it looks like he's delaying his own consciousness. All right, my next move to be the victor in this succession battle. He's going in. Doctors and military. The bro looks tough. The Oreo's in there seeing that, working on him too. What a way to reintroduce Leo. Togashi's nuts for that. We're just getting updates on all the princes. He's under 4 seconds. Who was it who said leveling up isn't climbing a hill, but a staircase? It's so true. My time just wouldn't get shorter, and I was about to get discouraged. No way. Just 3 days? This is absurd. Ada, what am I supposed to do with him? I still can't take it easy. Getting under that last second will be much harder. 1 week or 10 days. It might even take 2 weeks. Damn it. I'll make it happen. I'll carve it down. That's how. The progress he can make in a given amount of time is so much more than what the average guy can do. He's so intense. Even the deadline he sets for himself is on a different level. And he knows he can make it happen. And then he said we'd spar, right? What the hell is he going to do with me? Bro is moving different. He's so serious. He's locked in. Tubepa, Tyson, Basho, and Lucerus. They're always chilling. Kacho and Fugetsu. Mariam. And Wobble. The second round of classes will begin tomorrow, Thursday, at 9 in the morning. The format will be the same as before, but second Prince Camila's guards will be joining us this time. My boy! You see him? Who's that? That's Big B. Bobby Minor. What you know about him? From Prince Benjamin's camp, it will be you and Furikov as before. Is that right? Yes. So why do you think Prince Camila has changed her mind? Maybe she was verifying your claims. They know what happened here, so there must be some benefit for their side anyway. The reason could genuinely be to take the course, or gathering intel, assassination, alliance building, strategy, basically the gamut. Prince Camila's personal guards use curses unique to the have-nots. If that's true, are they nun abilities? Is the target really Wobble? Good grief. More uncertainties. That they're only sending one person shows a firm resolve. Considering Camila's personality, they're not coming to learn. They're definitely coming to do something. Melody's letter on the secrets of each prince didn't mention anything about Camila. Does she have a secret that forced them to act? We want to keep Prince Camila's guards away from Prince Wobble as much as possible. The shifts will be tough, but we'll do this together. That's fine. It depends what they do. I have the contract with Zhang Lei too. I'll have to be careful. Shimano, stay by the queen and prince's side. Chores can take a back seat. Yes, sir. Yeah, the have-nots. Who's the one after Wobble? Sarahel, I think? That's a dicey situation as well. Are we back to the doctors? Dude, the night shot of the black whale. I love these outside of the ship shots. Just in the middle of nowhere. I love it. Halkenburg looking like he got hit by silent majority. Bro look rough. Okay, the flatline. What? Bro, what does this mean? All right, whatever, dude. The body will be transferred at noon today from Tier 3 to Tier 2 via the central stairwell, then the morgue in Tier 1. A ship-wide announcement, a send-off by his supporters, and his personal guards to transport the coffin. Those were his last wishes. Yes. His own words when he sensed his death. How should we respond? Do as he wished. It'll show we honored his wishes, even if we don't say outright they were his. Everything should be done solemnly and with dignity so that his supporters' sorrow doesn't turn to anger. Inform Judge Klee that we drop all charges so that his guards can join him at once. Yes, sir. So, once they get here, I'll discuss funeral plans and the autopsy and monitor the process. That means I'll return at the same time as Halkenburg's body. Make sure it gets handled respectfully. Well done. Thank you, sir. Thank you, my brother. Bro, Halkenburg is moving crazy right now. And I couldn't be any more here for it. All right, general public's gonna see the death here. I'm afraid we have some tragic news to report. Prince Halkenburg's passed away early in the early hours this morning. At noon, his funeral procession will pass through the central staircase on its way to Tier 1. Those on Tier 3 who wish to pay their respects may gather in the central staircase square. Is this prince some benefactor for either mafia? Nah, then who cares? Let's get down to Tier 4. Thanks to him replacing the transmitter where they can't find it, we have time. There's something I want to check with the other two families before we head to the Hale Lee hideout. What, about Haley? Yeah, no point. We crushed them anyways. It has to do with how we crushed them, of course. We may have to call the others depending on what they say. You make no sense. Being charmed by the enemy is creepy. Well, if it's unfounded, then whatever. But I'll beat you up if I'm right on this. Huh. Yeah, the announcement as well, huh? Dude, I'm gonna keep my thoughts brief on this. I love the way Togashi plays around with simultaneous events. He was already doing it. I mean, the first time we really saw him do it was like a little, it grew little by little, but he did even something like that relative to like the Zoldyck house, the juxtaposition of the two people moving, but it was only two. That's very common. But then it gets more uncommon throughout York New, and then obviously even more uncommon throughout Chimera. And then it resets to just sort of a battle format with the central goal in the election arc. But then we get to the Dark Continent and the Succession War content, and he's just turned it all up to 10. There's constantly. We've been on the ship for 40 chapters, and there's been multiple vantage points of like 15 different things that have happened. And it's in a brilliant way. Yeah, Halkenburg's body death. I don't even know how to handle this because his plans are so guarded to us. But obviously, he's using misdirection in such a monumental way right now. And him and TSERRI have the largest advantage points amongst all the princes. Including... And then I would say Wobble has the highest advantage point, 3. But TSERRI and Halkenburg are... No, Wobble's 4, because Benjamin is still just Benjamin. Yeah, man. This was a nutty chapter. Welcome back, Leorio, my boy. Glad to see you. Glad to see him tied in with this so fluidly. That's another thing that makes Togashi just unreal. Nothing's forced. I don't know what to make of Halkenburg's plan at all. I won't pretend I do. I won't pretend to know exactly where Halkenburg's sentiment is at, saying thank you, brother. This is a chapter where I only have questions and I can't even really begin to go looking for the answers, right? And so, really looking forward to whatever Nobunaga's sense of smell is going toward. Let me go look at the official real quick. I usually just look at the scans first because, like, I mean, that's what a lot of people are gonna read, to be honest. So I'm gonna take a quick look through the official. Phantom Troop on the Move is a welcome title at any time. Oh, the website I went on has the officials. All right, cool. Lovely. But yeah, that's pretty much all for me. Yeah, I'm not gonna be too useful this week because all of this is just, there's just a lot to think about and not really anything to give feedback on. Welcome back to my boy. We're eating good right now. This chapter was great. And we'll see y'all next week to see what we're cooking up. True. I want to see Tserri's friends come back too. That's where I want to jump to soon.